From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm so bloated today.
Are you okay?
I had too much last night. I had too much.
Go through it. Hit me.
Oh, God. I decided to have a burrito because I really wanted one all week. And then I always decide on a burrito way too late at night. And then I order a burrito way too late at night. And
so
then,
what time are we talking?
No, I made one. I had all the fixins to make a burrito.
But what time are we talking that you ended up eating?
I don't know, 8:45.
What?
Yeah.
I was in REM sleep at that time.
Were you really, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was in bed at 8 o'clock and I fell asleep around 8:15,
Yeah.
8:20.
I fed the ladies at 5:30, senior supper. And then...
At what time?
5:30.
Yo, that's the time we eat at home.
Is it?
Yes.
Jesus, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. So they had, and then
Wait, remind me again. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Remind me again.
Yes.
When Catherine and Roxy are eating.
Right.
What do you?
I sit at the table.
Yeah, but you don't eat.
No.
Or do you snack?
No,
on stuff?
sometimes I do. Sometimes I will, depending. But they were both starving.
Yeah.
Right. Rox had a hell of a day on Zoom school, and Catherine had a hell of a day doing her thing.
Time meal time.
And then I asked, and then I was like, okay, what time do you, first thing Catherine did is she went in and cleaned the kitchen, right? And then I thought that was real great. And then she looks at me after she cleans the kitchen and goes, ready for you. And I was like, you're the best. Also, it's 4. And then I go, hey, what time do you ladies want to eat?
Yeah.
And then they both go 5. And I was like, God, this is too early. And then they go 5:15. I was like, okay, still too early. So I managed to get everything done for them by like 5:30, right?
Sure.
And then they sat there like a couple of pensioners and had their dinner.
Yo, I'm going to start texting them from now on when we're eating our dinner at the same time.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. To me, that's not dinner time.
Yeah.
And then so I decided, I made a burrito, but when I make a burrito, it's like the size, and I don't have big arms, but it's the size of this, right? From my wrist to my elbow, right?
Wow.
It's a giant burrito. And
big.
it's heavy, right? Like it's so
What are
so
you
heavy.
putting in? What are all the fixins?
So the fixins were, I asked the ladies, I sent them a menu yesterday morning, asked them what they wanted for dinner, and I gave them like 6 choices. And of course, everybody wanted everything. So I in my burrito, I had rice, and then I had beef and chicken.
Wow.
Okay. And a sort of like a cucumber yogurt mixture that I do with lime in it and all of that.
Delicious.
And hot sauce and cilantro and lettuce, and I put a little Mexican corn in there that I made, and all of this stuff. But it turns out that this thing was like, it was stack 2 king cans on top of each other and then add about another 1.5 inches of girth. Right? Okay? That's the size of the burrito.
Right there you can feed a family of 4.
Thank you. And also chili fries on the side. Okay. Yeah.
You had that big of a burrito?
Yes.
And chili fries?
Yes.
At 8:45 last night.
I was so destroyed and tired by the end of it. The last bite I took, my left eye was closed. I was already half asleep.
No.
Right? No joke. Yeah, I was like this. I took the last bite and my face went like this. It just went. And this side of me was already half asleep, and I chewed with the right side of my mouth.
No.
The left side of my body was already asleep. So forgive me if I'm gassy today.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, yo, let's do this.
This is 5 in 7.
Ah, yes. The return of 5 in 7.
Everybody's favorite game.
Very easy.
Okay.
We will ask Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Mocha will be the official judge and timekeeper. Dammit Maury, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Okay.
How do you prepare for 5 and 7? Can you prepare for 5 and 7?
I breathe.
Like I go,
Damn it, Maury. Name 5 things you generally do only with your thumbs.
type an email, play video games, thumb wrestle, bowling.
Loser.
Bowling.
You get bowled just with your thumb.
Oh, did you say just? Okay, because your thumb does.
Bowling.
Your thumb goes in the thumb hole in the bowling ball.
And then what do? Like, hold your thumb up in the air? Like, would have given you thumb war, yes. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Would have given you pushing in a thumbtack. Hitchhiking.
You also said typing, like typing on a keyboard. Like
No, on your phone. On your phone.
Oh,
I guess.
I gotcha. Okay. Moving on. Damn it, Maury. Name 5 clear liquids.
Water. Sprite.
Loser.
Did you say, what did you say?
Sprite.
Oh, I thought you said sweat. But yes, would have given you water, would have given you Sprite, would have given you sweat, would have given you vodka, gin, rubbing alcohol, it would have given you. All those clear liquids.
Yes. Oh.
Sweat. Sweat. Maury, name 5 words that rhyme with affair.
Oh, no.
Despair. Eclair. Chaclair.
Loser.
Do you say eclair and chaclair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically not wrong.
Yes, would have given you despair, aware, beware. I would have given you au pair.
What's that?
Would have given you Lord's Prayer. I would have even given you, damn it, Maury, Huggy Bear. Okay, finally, we will end on this. Maury, name 5 things that come in tubes.
Oh, socks. Tennis balls. Tubes. Cookie dough.
Loser.
When do socks come in tubes?
Tube socks.
But a tube sock doesn't. It's a tube sock because it's a tube itself. It's not called a tube sock because it comes in a tube.
Huh, who knew?
Everybody knew.
Oh, I would say mostly everyone.
Bro, what about toothpaste?
Yeah, would have given you toothpaste. Would have given you tennis balls. Pringles. I would have given you. I would have even more given you.
tuba.
I would have given.
What?
Excuse me.
Because tube's in the title.
What name things that come in a tube?
Do you know how large that tube would be to hold a tuba?
Maury, I would have also given you lipstick. I would have given you sausage meat. I would have even given you.
He comes in a tube?
Yeah, think about it.
Oh.
That's how you play 5 and 7.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm going through this this story of when I order, like, I can't relate to extravagant, like, coffee orders, like extravagant over the top Starbucks orders.
Okay.
I've always felt that places like Starbucks give people too much in the way of options. I've always felt that. They do too much. And it gets to the point of where people will just start taking advantage because they can. They see an opportunity to feel important or to try and separate themselves from the masses. And so they take advantage of a menu. You see this all the time in places.
Are you talking about like secret menu
items? No, regular menu items.
Okay.
But it's like when somebody goes to a restaurant and they want something that's not on the menu, right? Like, don't do that. Somebody posted, this guy in California posted his order that he got for Starbucks, which is extravagant, to say the least. So it was a Caramel Ribbon Crunch Frappuccino.
Okay.
Whatever
sweet,
that
first
is.
of all.
Whatever that is. I don't even know what that would look like if it was in front of me. Does it come in a bowl or a cup?
No, it comes
in a cup?
It'll come in a cup. Yeah.
Okay. Because when I go through these modifications, you're going to be like, no, that's a bowl item, not a cup item. So he ordered a Caramel Ribbon Crunch Frappuccino.
Yes.
With 13 modifications.
13?
At some point, it ceases to be the thing you ordered, and then you're the douchebag trying to order something that's not on the menu.
I understand modifications at Starbucks, but I think you should have a limit of 5.
Modifications are things like, can you use soy milk?
Correct.
Modifications are things like no whipped cream.
Correct.
Modifications are things like no ice or ice on the side if you want to be a huge pain in the ass.
Correct.
Modifications are not ordering a caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino and then ordering this: 5 bananas, extra caramel drizzle, extra whip, extra ice, extra cinnamon dolce topping, 7 extra pumps of caramel sauce, extra caramel crunch, 1 pump of honey blend, and exactly 7 frappuccino chips.
Okay. Sir, what you ordered is actually dessert.
Thank you.
And you need a spoon for that.
That's right. That should come in a bowl.
I
right?
agree.
That is no longer a drink.
No.
And those aren't modifications. That is, I want something that you guys don't do.
Yeah.
Right?
You went to a restaurant and ordered a dessert.
Thank you. 5 bananas in a cup. How do you drink that?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you need? Like 3 cups for that?
How do you drink a banana?
Like they blend it?
Do they?
I guess.
I don't.
The frappuccinos are blended.
The what?
Frappuccinos are blended.
I know, but Maury, if you put 5 bananas in anything and blend it, you're still not sucking that up through a tiny little straw.
Absolutely not.
Well, you're going to have to try because they don't have bowls.
There's no chance. There's no 5 bananas, extra caramel drizzle, extra whip, extra ice, extra cinnamon dolce topping, 7 extra pumps of caramel sauce. Oh my God, this guy. Extra caramel crunch, 1 pump of honey blend, and exactly 7 frappuccino chips.
Extra douche.
Extra.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Waxed and vaxxed. That's the summer.
Yesterday was crazy.
Bro, because the millennials are getting their vaccines now, right? They could sign up.
Yeah. A lot of people having problems too.
Oh my God, what a disaster. I was reading something this morning where they were talking about how if you got your shot at a pharmacy, which I did.
Yeah, same.
That it's going to be such a disaster to schedule the second shots because the pharmacy, there's no centralized booking, and you can't book through a pharmacy through the government websites, and
you have to call them individually.
And the pharmacies can't access the government websites. So what they were saying is that when it comes to the second shots, these pharmacists have their own database. And in order to reach out to people and book their second shots, they have to go through every file individually and send an individual email to every single person that got the first shot.
Oh, no.
There's no central sort of thing where it tracks the dates and then notifies you and then you show up. And a human being has to go through everybody they've given a shot to and send an individual email to every single person.
They're working in the 80s.
Yes, so they're talking how the second shot's going to be a disaster. Damn it, Maury got a shot yesterday. You got the jab, Maury? Come on in.
And you feel fine today, right? I mean, you're here.
What one did you get, Holmes?
I got the Moderna.
Oh, the Derna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
My arm is in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I can't really lift it too much.
Right. Well, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. But it was fine. It was
like
cool.
It's like when somebody goes like this. Like when somebody goes, my finger really hurts. I cannot do this at all.
Right? I got a granola bar afterwards. It was a good day.
They gave you a granola bar?
Granola bar and juice box.
What?
Really?
I got a granola bar and juice box.
What kind of bougie clinic did you go to,
know.
man?
What the hell? I gotta sit there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chair.
No,
they were like, see that hallway, right? See that alley right there? That aisle? Walk up and down there. And I was like, okay, cool. She's like, set your alarm for 15 minutes. Come back when it beeps.
I didn't even get that. The nurse poked her head out the door, and she's like, "You feeling okay?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, see you." That's it.
That's it.
No juice box and granola bar.
No,
like Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Maury recorded his experience of getting his Derna shot.
Oh no! Let me guess, the most dramatic ever.
Oh,
I guess you're next.
Oh my God! I'm so nervous.
That's fine.
Should I be nervous or no? Is it like a roller coaster or how would you describe it?
It's like a pinch.
Like a pinch?
Yeah.
Should I be a big boy? Am I a big boy here, or should I stop being a baby?
You're good.
I'm a big boy?
Than you before. Yeah.
This is for a vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
5891.
Should I sing and not look when it's going in?
Wow.
You won't even have a chance to do that. It's over in a second.
Okay.
47.
Moore's used to that.
I'm Henry VIII. Okay. Any like comforting words?
You won't even.
Listen, buddy, I'm going to look after you, okay? I'm going to look after you. Don't worry.
This guy.
Hi, my friend.
Now he
How
starts
are
to
you?
perform.
I'm very scared.
Don't worry, I'm gonna look after you. I promise.
Should I sing while you're doing it?
Yeah, but we gotta talk first, okay?
Okay.
So tell me, this is your first shot?
It is.
When you had that vaccine?
My first shot of a needle, but my husband punches me in the arm all the time.
You don't have fever?
No.
Okay. And you feel well?
But if I did have a fever, the only prescription would be more cowbell.
What?
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah. Okay, my friend, just roll your sleeve. Going to start singing, start now.
Okay.
Let's see how far you go. With me. Don't move, don't move.
I'm Henry VIII. Oh, okay, I didn't feel it. That's
what
it?
Did I tell you? Did I not say I'm going to look after you?
That's literally it.
Did I not tell you I'm going to look after you? Did I not look after you?
I kind of wanted to feel something.
Nobody's happy.
Do I get a lollipop?
No, too much sugar. Okay, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Sometimes when people are being recorded, they shut down, and other times somebody who's never been a performer before in their life suddenly becomes a performer. It's
completely.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Did I not tell you I was going to take care of you? Did I not tell you I was going to take care of you?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the headlines are that Andrew Garfield definitively torched any sort of speculation that he is going to appear in the new Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Verse. However, after listening to this clip, I'm still not sure, and I think that maybe the headlines are wrong. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying that when you listen to this clip, he did an interview, because, of course, the speculation is that the new Spider-Man is going to be a Doctor Strange sort of Spider-Verse, multiverse kind of thing, and that Tobey Maguire was going to come back and be his Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield was going to come back and be his Spider-Man.
And they've already confirmed
they were going to do it.
Jamie Foxx to come back as Mr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze, whatever.
Right. And so Andrew Garfield is doing an interview with the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. And listen to this and tell me if this is as definitive as people say it is.
I don't know how to bring up the Spider-Man stuff because obviously I don't even want to ruin anything if there is something to ruin, except to
there isn't anything to ruin, bro. I had to just quickly cut you off. There's nothing to ruin.
Really?
Dude, it's hilarious to me because it's because I do have this Twitter account and I see how often Spider-Man is trending and it's people freaking out about a thing and I'm just guys.
Oh, no.
I wish I could just be able to speak to everyone and say I recommend that you chill. Listen, I can't speak for anything else apart from myself.
Sure.
They might be doing something, but then ain't none. I ain't got a call.
So for the record, my friend, on a stack of whatever you have there, you are not, as of this taping, in or have any knowledge of being in the next Spider-Man movie.
I feel I feel like haven't I just said that?
I just want to get really clear. This is the unequivocal yes/no answer.
I did not get a call.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that discussions aren't
when
happening.
somebody says they didn't do something and then somebody else says this is easy, it's a yes/no answer. Did you do the thing? If you didn't do the thing, you say no.
Absolutely.
Right? But he said on whatever you have there, this is the moment. Are you in Spider-Man or not? And his answer was, I didn't get the call.
It doesn't mean talks aren't happening.
Right. It doesn't mean that, but normal people, and actors are not normal people, but normal people.
I didn't get the call.
When you are trying to definitively shoot something down and somebody says to you, they look in your face and they say, this is very easy. It is yes or no. Are you in the new Spider-Man? And his answer is, I didn't get the call.
And he didn't
Normal people say no.
And he didn't necessarily, in that conversation, say that he wasn't interested.
Right.
Right?
Right. So I don't think that this is as definitive as the headlines are making it out to be. And I'm not some conspiracy guy where I think that he's lying and all of this stuff.
Or is this his way of putting it out there? Because he knows people are going to talk about it.
But what else could that mean? I didn't get the call. That's what I'm stuck on here. What does he mean by
that negotiations are happening behind the scenes? So maybe his people who are in charge of settling all the business haven't called him to say deal is done.
No, that's still I didn't get the. That still falls under that though. Like if his people were talking to them, I think that's just a straight up lie at that point to say that you didn't get the call. Like could they be doing something maybe like his character will be in it, but he will be CG. Like maybe he won't actually be there.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Like something like that.
Like a quick scene or something.
Yeah, like I don't know, right? I don't know. But when somebody says to you, definitively, this is very simple, yes or no. Did you do the thing or are you in the thing?
Yeah.
And then when somebody doesn't say no, they just say something else, like I didn't get the call. To me, that isn't definitive.
Yeah, because definitively, Tom Holland. Definitively, Andrew Garfield. Definitively, Electro, Jamie Foxx. Right?
Tobey Maguire, you mean?
Sorry, Tobey Maguire.
Right.
But Andrew Garfield has not
weird.
said.
It's weird, and I don't know why.
I think he's in it.
You think so?
I
In some
absolutely-
weird way, but he's
involved. I think so.
You think so in some weird way.
Yeah.
But is this not this is not the definitive shooting down?
No, it's not.
That the headlines
He knew
make
he
this
was
out
going
to
to get
be.
asked.
Right.
He knows that anytime he
I don't
does an
know.
interview or he's asked this question, he has this answer prepared.
Right. Yes.
He's involved. I think he's involved.
Yes. Right. You know, like somebody's like, hey, have you ever worn flip-flops? And then they show, and you're like, hell no, I'd never wear flip-flops. And then you show up in flip-flops, and you're like, I thought you never said you wore flip-flops. And you're like, these are slippers. Well, no, man, it's the same thing, dude. Right?
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's your mom's catchphrase? We have had some great ones, the things that your mom just said to you your whole life. And maybe you only understand them because I've heard a bunch this week that moms have apparently said to their kids their whole lives, even you, Mocha, that I've never even heard those words put together like that before.
One of my favorites from this week was the woman who said that when she asks her mom, or the kid that said when she asks her mom, what's for dinner, the mom always says, my ass fried.
Right. Like your whole life you've heard my ass fried and you think all moms say that. They don't. They don't.
How you doing, D? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, man. How are you?
Good.
So what's your mom's name?
T.
T?
Or Tag, basically. Tag.
Okay, Tag.
Okay. So what is her famous catchphrase? And say it in her voice.
Where's my damn slipper? You need the slipper. Give me the slipper.
The slipper?
Yeah.
Like looking for the slipper to wear or looking for the slipper to whoop your ass?
Whoop my ass, pretty much.
Oh, you had a slipper mom.
Yes, I did.
Oh, now was she a thrower or a hitter?
Oh, she was mostly a thrower.
A thrower.
She didn't want to bother and run after me on all. She was just aim it
Yeah.
and then fix her shoulders and woo.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of. There's a lot of videos of that of moms whipping a flip flop at their kids like that. Yeah,
100%. My mom was one of them.
Wow.
How was her aim?
Oh, it was pretty dead on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Back of the
Yeah,
head,
dead on. I
square
always
on in the
wondered
middle of the back.
why.
Okay, D. Hang on, D. Hang on.
How you doing, Maha?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. What is your mom's catchphrase? Her famous catchphrase? And if you can, do it in the way she says it.
Okay, oh my God, it's so funny. So if I'm like super sassy or sarcastic to her, she'll be like, Maha, if you don't stop, I'm going to slap you all the way to Mississauga.
Yo, where do you live?
I live in Aurora, so I don't know why.
That's far.
Wow.
That's like an hour drive without hitting the 407.
And I'll tell you, it's always more frightening when moms get super specific. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I'm going to hit you to the moon. You know, nobody cares about that. I'm going to pound you into the ground. No, when your mom says I'm going to beat your ass all the way to Mississauga, you're like, okay, I've done something wrong.
Where in Mississauga?
Yeah. Like,
Sure, Ontario. That's a good one. Damn. Okay, hold on.
Hold on, Maha.
How you doing, Laura?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Good. It's Roz and Mocha. Just to confirm, it's not my sister, Laura, right?
No.
Okay, good. Because this would be super awkward.
Okay. Laura, what's your mom's name, Laura?
Philomena.
Okay.
So we call her Willis.
Willis. And what is your mom's famous catchphrase?
I'm not your bruh.
I'm not your bra?
Yep.
So
Like
give
bra
us
as in like bruh, or bra as in like
bra.
Bra.
No, like bruh. Like, like the TikToks, like bruh.
Bruh.
Like bro.
Like bro.
Oh, okay.
So give us an example of
Yeah.
when your mom would throw that out.
So we'll be at the dinner table and we're literally, Mom, can you pass the salad?
Yeah.
And she won't answer. And then me and my siblings would be like, bro, can you pass the salad? And she'll cut her mouth so fast. And she'll be like, I'm not your bro.
Okay.
I'm your mom.
Yeah, but also, why didn't you pass the salad the first time?
Yeah. Also, why do you call
Exactly.
also?
And then she'll respond to bro.
Okay, but also, why are you calling your mom bro?
TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. This one's on you. That's not
100%.
that's not on your poor mom. Okay, hang on a second,
No.
Laura. Hang on a second, Laura.
I like the one that you get hit from Mississauga or
Maha.
Maha, the one where
I'm gonna beat you all the way to Mississauga.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a 48-minute drive. That's the one that I like.
That's a lot of hitting.
Yeah, because you know what?
Yeah.
Because her mom would have to know that distance.
Yes.
Right? And then
Yes.
have to figure out in your head how hard you would have to hit that person to go
Right.
from point A to point B.
Right. And you know at that point when your mom's beating your ass, she's not taking the 407 to cut down any of the time.
Not
right?
at all. You're in it for the long
You're
haul.
in it.
Yo, Maha.
Yeah, hi.
That was the absolute best. That's my favorite one.
Oh, thank you so much.
What do you got planned for Mother's Day?
Honestly, probably just make her brunch or something at home.
Yeah, it's tough this year, huh?
You send our love to your mom and also wish her a very happy Mother's Day, okay?
Oh my God, I will. Thank you so much.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
hi, how are you guys?
We're doing great. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
What is the reason that you reach out to us?
Well, I own a house with my mom, and I want to pull some equity from it, but she doesn't want to sell.
Yeah, Euro says, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. 4 years ago, you bought a house with your mom. You moved out 1 year ago, but you're still paying her. Your brother is willing to go in on the title with her, but they can't afford to buy me out, and they don't want to move. You said that you gave $20,000 deposit off your line of credit, and you could really use some money right now to buy something with your boyfriend. What do I do, and how do I convince my mom that I deserve some equity out of the house to start my life? How do I do this without ruining our relationship?
So, Lisa, have you had the conversation with your mother? I assume yes. What has her kind of answers been back to you?
Basically, that this is all she has to retire off of, and, I helped her by going on title, and she helped me by putting most of the down payment down, and basically I was paying her rent.
But if you sell the house, right? If you guys decide to sell the home, can you not, like whatever her portion is, I mean, she'll have to downsize if she can't afford to live in a house that the two of you purchased together. She'll have to downsize and just get her own place or a place with your brother?
That's exactly right. Yeah, she doesn't want to move.
Oh.
I'm not an expert on sort of like real estate strategy, okay? But have you guys talked about the idea of maybe you pulling some equity out of the house via the mortgage or a HELOC and then just deducting that from whatever the final sale is when you guys do decide to sell?
Yes, we have had that conversation. It didn't go very well.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at now, is that basically she has to do that legally. But how do I make her do that and still have a relationship with her?
So there's no easy way to do this. But what was the conversation that you and your mother had when you went into this together?
Basically, I can't purchase something because I don't have a down payment, and she can't purchase something because she can't carry the mortgage by herself.
But what was
why don't we do it together?
Okay, but when you guys were coming up with this plan, right? It was great at the moment, but it also was going to be beneficial for the future as well, right?
What was the long-term goal?
So what was exactly. What was the long-term plan?
An investment to get me into the market so that eventually I can do something else.
Okay, but what is
ready.
that? But what does that eventually do something else? Like what was agreed upon at the time between you and your mother?
Yeah, just I guess eventually, I would go out on my own and pull some of the equity out.
Yeah, and what did she say at that point?
At that point, it was, when you meet somebody, we'll figure it out. We'll get you set up.
Well, can't you go back to her now and say, like, Lisa, can't you go back to her now and say, here's a conversation we had 4 years ago before buying this place. I am now at the point in my life that we had this conversation about 4 years ago where I've met someone that I'm trying to build a life with. And back then, you did say, we will figure it out when the time comes. The time is now.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. You're right about that conversation. It's a hard one to have with her because she's not taking it very well. I'm, all she has, and she has no one, and it's the guilt trip.
Do you think that's part of the reason, though, why she's so hesitant to sell the home? Because she knows that this is the one thing to keep you close to her.
It's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely part of it.
We've had a conversation with a lot of people on this show about parents who are sort of master manipulators and guilt trip. They just weave it into everything, and it becomes so normal in your life that you as an adult don't feel like you can make adult decisions because you somehow feel that your adult decisions are going to harm your mother. But you guys went into this together, and whatever the outcome is, okay, it can't just benefit you. And I know that right now you want to say that you want to pull equity out of the house and you want to sell. You're in this together. Both your names are on the title of the house. So whatever decisions that are made have to benefit both of you.
Right.
And whatever the conversation was about outcome and, down the road and long-term planning that you guys had, maybe it wasn't hammered out well enough. That's also your fault.
Correct.
To sort of, to go into it kind of willy-nilly seems like a great idea at the time, not really thinking about what's going to happen 3, 4, 5 years down the road. But whatever happens, you have to make sure that it's going to be beneficial for the two of you. You can't just say, hey, sorry, you're now out on your ass. I need my money.
For sure, which is not what I want to do. I don't want to do that because I eventually am going to have to take care of her anyways.
So her plan in your mind is to then do what? So in a perfect world, you guys sell the house, and then she does what?
Has a condo or a small townhouse with my brother. And she'd actually have a smaller mortgage.
Do you know how much a condo or a small townhouse is going for right now?
Yeah, I know exactly how much they are for. I work in real estate. So.
Yeah, okay. Is it something that you think your mom would be able to afford based on what you'll make off the sale of this home?
Yes.
What does she do for a living?
Unfortunately, she is on disability.
Okay, so how is your mother going to get a mortgage on this new townhouse?
With my brother. The same way she and I did. My brother's now in the same position I was.
Right. And do you think that is the best decision to be making?
I don't think she has another choice.
I think that you need to go in there with option A, option B, option C. And at least two of those options have to be equally beneficial for the two of you. Option C is scorched earth.
Right.
Which you don't want.
Which you don't want. But I think that you, as with your background in real estate, everything else, you need to go in with three options, two of which are completely 50-50 as far as the benefits of this move for the two of you.
Fair enough.
Right. And that may include you saying, hey, listen, I know moving is a pain in the ass. You're older. I will, we'll out of the sale of the house, we'll pay for the movers. All of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to go in with three plans. Two of them are completely beneficial, and one of them is ruining your relationship.
The conversation itself is the one I'm worried about the most.
Well, no, there's ways around this. You'll figure it out. You're smart.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you got this.
Thank you so much for reaching out, Lisa. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate it.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
It's interesting. They asked people when was the age where you stopped worrying about what other people think, but they only asked people who are over the age of 55.
Oh, God.
Well, no, because if you ask an 18-year-old, they're going to say 12, right?
Yeah.
But they still care. So you got to go to the oldest. So what age do you think people who have lived a life, 55 and up,
55.
what age do you think came up when they said, at what age do you stop worrying about what people think?
Like 45?
So you say 45. Maury?
52.
52. 52?
That's it?
52.
Wow. 46 is what they said.
Oh,
that's
okay.
you.
It's been, I've been carrying with you for a lot of years, Maury. I may be 50. I may be 46. Am I 46?
No.
How old am I?
You're 47 now.
Am I 46 or am I 47?
47.
I'm 47?
Do you know what that means? What's next?
Well, 48?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? And listen, and I'm older than Maury. Who sounds older, though, realistically?
Sounds and
right,
looks.
Right? Oh, geez. That was next on my list. At what age, they asked, also on the list was, at what age do you finally feel okay about your appearance? And there was one age for men and one age for women. But at what age, and remember, they asked people 55 and older.
55 and older? Okay.
So at what age do you think that they said that they finally feel okay about their appearance?
So for guys,
do you remember for you? Like, have you hit that point? Do you think where you finally feel okay about your appearance?
I mean, there's some work that could be done.
Right.
But
I've accepted it.
More or less, I'm good.
Right. What have you accepted specifically, though, more?
There's not much I can. This is what I've been given.
Yes.
Just, maybe don't look in any mirrors.
Right.
Walk by.
Okay. Wow, that is a rough life to live, man. Okay, so they said we accept. We shouldn't say accept. Maury put accept in my mouth. We're okay with our appearance.
So for guys, I'm going to
Yes.
say 43.
Yes.
For women, I'm going to say 47.
Maury.
62.
Okay. 34 for men, 36 for women.
Really?
Remember,
Yes.
Maury, the people that they've asked, 55 years and older.
Right, yes. In general, they say, at what age do you finally feel good about your career?
42.
42 says Mocha. Maury?
39.
39, 40, right on the nose.
All right.
So you don't yet. So you're already feeling good about your body,
Mhm.
right? You're okay at 40 about your career, but you still care what people think because you don't hit that until you get to my age. Well, my age last year, right, Maura?
That's right.
Right. Thank you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha.
Hi, it's Jasmina again.
What's up,
the one with
Jasmina?
the Hello Kitty alarm clock.
Oh, what's going on? I remember you.
Nothing. It's my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday. How old are you?
Thank you. 31.
31. Still rocking a Hello Kitty alarm clock, huh?
No, I got rid of it a long time ago, but I do miss it, and I look for it.
What do you mean a long time ago? Like last year?
No, like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
okay.
Okay. Hey, did you get your shot yet?
No, not yet.
No.
That's in the process, though.
Yeah. All the millennials are able to get it now.
I know.
It's a big
Isn't
deal.
it a blessing?
Yo, is that like a new pickup line, you think? Did you get your shot yet?
Bro, this summer is once people get that first shot in them, wait that 2 weeks, they are not even going to care about that second shot. It is going to be mayhem out there.
It's true.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys a quick story about my saltiness and the podcast?
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
sure.
Okay. So last year, I'm not fully caught up in the podcast, but I'm enjoying it because that gives me a lot more time to catch up. So last year, I think I was like around this time I was at episode 60, and I jumped forward because I spoke to you guys last year, and I was like, oh my God, hopefully I'm going to make it in the podcast on that Friday. So I went to that episode only to find out that you guys made the whole episode basically about the kid who's saying about, I wonder what's inside your butthole.
Okay, yeah.
And I was livid. I was like, no. Like, my birthday is on Mocha's favorite day. We had great conversation. Roz ripped on me for a Hello Kitty alarm clock. Why didn't I make it to the podcast? So for the remainder of time, I was salty about it. And then a couple of months ago, I passed that episode, still angry about it, and then later to find out that I actually made it on the other episode. So the following week, I actually made it on the podcast. So I'm no longer salty about it, but that's my story.
Wow, you were mad for a long time about nothing,
I
huh?
was.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, it's a big time you problem.
Obviously, I'm a Taurus, hence why I held on to that grudge.
I don't know what
But
that means.
anyway, my whole point of it is that I'm ecstatic that I made it on the podcast.
So for the time that you were mad at us, you were still listening to every single podcast episode?
Absolutely.
Oh. And what, were you getting even more mad by hearing us talk to other people and
No.
wondering like why it wasn't you?
No, it was more specifically just because, I'm sorry, but I find that song ridiculous. I find the whole notion of that song ridiculous, and it just gave me more fuel to hate on that.
Oh,
Unfortunately, hate on that like little child who sang this song who made it on a podcast versus myself.
That's so
Oh,
awesome.
wow. Well, Jasmina, happy birthday. We're happy
Thank
that you
you.
are no longer upset with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're really glad that you're still enjoying the podcast.
I absolutely love it. I actually even I think it was on Friday, I listened to an episode and you actually read out my question on Ask Roz Mocha.
Oh, there you go.
So that's twice now. So pretty happy about that.
Okay.
Damn it, Maury.
Can I go back to the whole dating thing and vaccine stuff you're talking about?
Sure.
Okay,
So on
go on.
Grindr, the new thing now is Vax for Vax. right? You know, there's like man for man, women for
Yeah.
women. Like there's, you know, so the new term on Grindr is vax for vax, where people are changing their like picture. You know, you can have more than one picture of their status.
Yeah.
Like
No,
their-
I don't know
their
that you can have more than one picture.
No, I have no idea.
They're posting their like certificate that you get when you get your vaccine and hashtag vax for vax. Like if
So-
you got vaccinated,
Yeah.
I got vaccinated, so I'm looking for someone else who got vaccinated so we can hang out because
So
we're both
here,
vaxxed.
I think, is the important question that we should all have answered right now.
Yeah.
Which is, as a married man, damn it, Maury, how do you know so much information about what's happening on Grindr?
I think it's
Yeah,
very
Maury.
important for me to know these things for my job.
For your job.
Research,
Yeah, you were
You were
apparently.
the only one who ever brings up Grindr.
Because you're not going to you're not going to do that.
No.
Right,
it
so
is
I
not.
bring it to the table.
No.
You bring your straight things to the table.
My straight things like what?
I don't know, like straight worldy
His
things.
fidelity.
Like,
You know, like-
yeah, exactly, like fidelity, right? Is that what you're saying?
Wow. Good one, Jasmina.
Good one.
You enjoy your birthday, girl.
Thank you.
Have a good one later.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I want to play this clip from the Office podcast that you talk about all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I never listened to this. I mean, I love The Office, but I'm not going to sit and listen to a podcast about The Office.
The Office Ladies?
Right. Is that what it's called? The
Yeah.
Office Ladies? Is
It's
it?
with Pam and Angela. Yeah. Would you believe this is one of two Office podcasts I listen to?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one?
The guy that plays Kevin?
Yeah. Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin from accounting?
Yeah.
He's got a very popular podcast.
What does he talk about?
The Office?
No, he does not.
Yeah.
So he has a podcast where he just talks about The Office too?
Yeah, but he has guests every week, and it's like a different like person who either acted on The Office or like a writer or producer, or he's talked to like the creator.
I gotcha. Okay.
So like you get more than enough information.
So one of the big questions from The Office was, who was the father of Jan's baby?
Oh yeah,
right? Because she became pregnant, nobody knew who this sort of donor was, I guess, right?
Well, Michael thought it was his at first.
Right. So they revealed, Angela, Kinsey and Jenna Fischer revealed on their podcast about The Office Ladies, that it was actually written into the show where they did reveal it.
No. Is this on the latest episode? Because I haven't listened to that one
Well,
yet.
spoiler alert.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Do I want to know this now?
So they reveal who Jan's baby was. And this is one of the things, like, I'm, again, not a massive fan. Like, I'm not ride or die for The Office. I loved the show.
Is this going to ruin
But
it?
I don't I don't go deep with these podcasts. But this is one of the questions that I was actually happy that somebody finally answered.
Because from what I remember from that episode, I thought she went to like, it was from a donor.
Yes.
So this is the answer?
Yes. So this is from the Office Ladies podcast. Listen to this.
Jenna, in the script, and it didn't make it to the deleted scenes, Jan reveals whose sperm she bought. Jan says, "You have to pay top dollar, but it's worth it." Now, here's the best part. I got Andy Roddick sperm. What?
No!
Yeah, and Jan looks to Michael like she's expecting him to be very impressed. And Michael says, "The tennis player?" And Jan says, "Well, it's a little more than that. He's the 6th ranked player in the world, and he's won 4 Grand Slams." And Michael says, "That's a lot of Grand Slams, I guess." And Jan says, "And he's a humanitarian, something with orphans."
You guys, Andy Roddick was friends with Rainn Wilson, and he was a big fan of The Office, and he came by the set. I have to imagine that the reason they wrote it was a little bit of a nod to Andy, who has an amazing sense of humor.
Oh my
Isn't that
God,
incredible?
that is so funny.
Yeah, so it was originally in the show supposed to be Andy Roddick was the donor that she paid top dollar for.
Oh my
Does that change things for
God.
you? Are you upset that it wasn't like you didn't know, like it wasn't a cast member or somebody who was a
I'm fine with
character
this.
on the
It doesn't-
show?
It doesn't change the show for me.
No.
It doesn't change my perspective on any of the characters.
Right.
It adds to it. So
I
I'm
feel
glad
bad for
I have
Andy
that.
Roddick because this is like if you were a huge fan of The Office and not an actor or anything else, but you were a giant fan of The Office and they acknowledged you and your fandom to the point of where they wrote your sperm into the show and then it got cut.
I know.
I would be crushed.
Yeah, kind of a bummer.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, I don't want to get into this already, but we got to talk ghosts.
Oh, look who wants to talk about ghosts.
Well, okay, for a couple different reasons. One, there was some stupid thing that they pulled a bunch of people, and I'll get to that in a second, of how many people are currently believing in ghosts. I think COVID has a lot to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched that Things Heard and Seen movie on Netflix over the weekend.
How was it?
Oh, my God.
Was it bad?
Well,
or
no,
did you get scared?
It starts off as like a really decent movie, and then I don't know what the hell happened to it. Like, it just, the last 20 minutes, you're like, what? And then it ends, and you're like, what? Like, it starts off decent, like a decent ghost movie.
Uh-huh.
And then they try and flip the script a little and go at things a different way, and then you just realize that you're watching a different movie than you thought you were watching, and it ends.
Like bummer?
Yeah, no, it ends, and it was 11:15 last night because it's 2 hours, and I was like, I'm doing it, and it ended at 11:15, and I was like, well, that was a waste.
Oh, it's like you didn't even get scared?
No, like there's a couple moments, right? Like, yeah, sure, there's a couple moments because I know you're into ghosts, right? There's
I mean, I don't like believe in them or anything.
Okay. Well, if you do, you're not alone, because let me read you these stats here.
Hit me.
So they just did a poll, and 80% of Americans say that they believe in ghosts. That includes 45% of people who believe but have never seen a ghost, and 35% of people who believe because they've seen a ghost.
Oh.
90% of people say that they're scared of paranormal activity. 12% of people say that the government knows more about aliens than they're revealing. Well, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
And 4% of people say that they live in a haunted house. 4%. That is an astronomical number of people who claim to live in a haunted house. But that's what this movie's about.
About people who live in a haunted
Yeah,
house?
they move into, it's a classic story. He's the college professor. They live in New York City. He gets the job upstate. They move. It's this rickety old white house. And then she starts doing her detective work and finds out that all these people had lived in the house and been killed in the house. And
What's it called again?
Things Heard and Seen.
Yeah, so we watched a little bit of the trailer on Saturday, but then Jenna wasn't like into it.
No.
So it's like Beetlejuice.
I mean, Beetlejuice is a classic. Yeah, it's like Amityville Horror. It's like all of those movies, right? But it tries to be like, oh, God, it has all the things that I love about a horror movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the husband and wife doing war. She sees ghosts. He doesn't believe her. Like it had all the things.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he starts believing because things are happening, and he's
no.
Oh,
you wish.
Oh,
it goes
really?
the other way. It goes the other way. It goes the other way. But like the cast is great. Like everybody's great in it. But I don't know what the hell happened in this movie. I really don't. But 4% of people think that they live in a haunted house. My mother's included in that.
She thinks she lives in a haunted house right now?
I told you she's convinced we did live in a haunted house for most of
but
my
what about now?
childhood. No, she lives in an apartment like in the city.
Hey, do apartments
Right?
get haunted?
Good
Of course
question.
they do.
You think?
Absolutely.
Like condos and apartments?
I mean, I don't think my condo is. It's too new. There
I'm just
hasn't
saying
been
in general.
And before that, it was a parking lot. So parking lots can't really be haunted.
Yeah,
Why not?
I
What
think
if somebody
some
gets killed in the
apartments.
parking lot?
Yeah, nobody ever talks about the haunted parking lot,
No.
right?
But my old apartment, I believe, was haunted. I saw a dead body in my old apartment.
Well, no, your old apartment was the scene of a homicide. It's not necessarily haunted.
No, but I think previous incarnations of death.
So you think the person who died in your old apartment was killed by a ghost?
No, other dead people have come back to haunt the building.
Huh? Why? Because they saw vacancy?
Not this dead guy, but there are other dead people who have died in the building. No, they were alive.
You would not believe the amount of dead people who have died in this building.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Kylie, how you doing, girl? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. What's on your mind today?
So my parents recently got divorced, and it's been a bit stressful.
So your parents recently got divorced and it's stressing you out. How old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 28. Yeah, you wrote this, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. You don't live at home, but your parents just got divorced. You say, I'm not trying to get in the middle despite them both constantly saying awful things about one another to me. How do I help this transition along? When did they split?
So technically they're not divorced, but they split up about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
They've been married a really long time,
and they just kind of grew apart.
I think the perception is that divorce is always harder on younger kids, and it's devastating to younger kids. But it's just as devastating when you're grown because you tend to take things differently and you start like running through your head with like, was I the only reason that they stuck together for all these years? And
I've even been told that.
you know, am I the reason that they lived in a miserable relationship for all those years? Like you tend to take a lot on yourself.
So you actually said that to them, Kylie? Like to both of them or just one?
One of them may have told me that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, yeah.
It's really difficult when you are when you're an adult and your parents go through this. I would say that one of the things that you have at your disposal as an adult is being able to have adult conversations with your mom and dad, and they both are still your parents, but you're all adults. And one of the things that you need to say up front is that, you know, you are their kids, so you will be there for support and to help, you know, smooth this out and make the transition as easy for everybody. But they got to find somebody else to sit and bitch with on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be the person that they call and complain to about your other parent. That cannot be you.
Because that's not fair to you at all, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to do that. They're both doing a really good job of saying that they're trying to keep things separated. But, you know, the divorces are messy, and so it's just been a bit difficult. And I'm mostly just worried about my sister's getting married in a year. I'm worried about how they're going to be spending time together.
Yeah.
So you have, one sister, or you have other siblings as well?
Just one sister.
How old is that sister?
She's 30.
And do your parents both, do they do the exact same thing with her that they're doing with you?
I think maybe less.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just make it clear to them that you're always going to be there for both of them, but the one thing that cannot happen is as soon as you start to feel like you're being put in the middle, the conversation ends, and you have to speak up, and they have to understand that going down that road is not cool. And you need to let them know, hey, listen, you had a long life together. You know, it didn't work out. You've decided late in life that you're going to go your separate ways, but you still need them to be your parents. Mm-hmm. Right? Your parents cannot turn into two friends of yours that are going through a messy breakup.
Yeah.
They need to know that from you that you feel for them, you love them, but you still need parents.
Yeah, I think they're trying their best to do it. I think it's probably more on me to just not try and mediate things so much.
Yeah, and don't do that.
What do you say when they bring up the other person with you?
I think it's on me because I try to defend the other's perspective a little bit too much.
Yeah, but I think that you could also, because you are a little bit older, I think that there are times where your job may be to make sure things aren't awkward, like at a wedding or over the holidays or this stuff. That's going to fall on you, because chances are your divorced parents aren't going to initiate things. And they don't want to make somebody's otherwise beautiful day awkward. And I think that it's going to be your job to reassure them and to make sure that none of that happens. That's most likely going to fall on you, and you're going to need to be cool with that for a little while.
Yes, I think I've got a bit of time ahead of me where I have to play the medium guy.
And you know what, too? Make sure that they don't turn around and what they're doing to you, start doing it to your sister. Because if you say that they're not doing this right now to your sister, they may automatically think, okay, well, if I can't talk to Kylie about this, I'm going to talk to the older sister.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
right?
and you guys need to tell them, and I'm sure that they're warring with each other, everything else, but this comes down to one of the things of where, you know, they need to still be your parents, and you need to let them know there will be no okay, mom's going to be here between noon and 2, and then dad's going to show up between, 3 and 5. None of that, because we're not managing that. Okay, you guys had a life together. Things aren't going well right now, but if you can't be in the same room with each other at your daughter's wedding, that's on you, not on us.
I think I'll have to try not to be like a pushover, and we'll just have to have everyone's got to be together, and you're just not there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Stand your ground, Kylie.
I'll try my best.
Oh, it's so tough. Girl. I'm sorry. And don't.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, now a question for you: when they told you that you were pretty much the reason that they didn't do this years ago, how do you get over that? Or are you over that? How do you deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been talking to someone for a year now, and, you know, it's just when you grow up, you've got a lot of stuff to work through from when you were a kid, and I'm probably not over it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Oh, we're sorry that you're going through this, Kylie.
Yeah, it's okay. Just, you know, you guys are amazing, and you make me laugh every day. So thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you, girl. You keep your head up,
Thank
okay?
you.
I will. Thanks, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
The working from home life continues.
Yes, sir.
Kids jumping in on your meetings, your Zoom meetings, or animals interrupting, especially cats. And you live with 3 cats at home.
3.
And Roz, you know this. It's the worst. It can be the worst. When you leave here and you go home to do the TV show, whether it's preparing for a segment, preparing for an interview, your cats are always around.
Yes.
And at times they may pop in when you're doing an interview or having a meeting, or will disrupt your keyboard or anything like that. Walk across your keyboard.
They'll climb the shelves behind me. They will eat my toes while I'm doing things. And the one cat will climb behind all my equipment and just start chewing and messing around with all the wires.
Well, let me introduce you.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Our dog at home has learned the phrase goodbye because every time Matthew says goodbye on his Zooms, the dog could be sleeping and runs in because he knows it's time to play. So he doesn't know anything else, but he's learned goodbye means playtime.
Well, let me introduce you to Paw Sense. For $20, you buy this program.
What is
and
it
It's called Paw Sense.
Okay.
And it is a way to cat-proof your computer. Let me read you this from their website, okay?
Yes.
Paw Sense is a software utility that helps protect your computer from cats. It quickly detects and blocks a cat from typing and walking across your keyboard.
No.
Also helps to train your cat to stay off the computer keyboard. Every time your computer boots up, Paw Sense will automatically start up in the background to watch over your computer system. Even while you use other software, Paw Sense constantly monitors keyboard activity. Paw Sense analyzes key press timings and combinations to distinguish cat typing from human typing. Paw Sense, normally recognizes a cat on a keyboard within 1 or 2 paw steps.
No.
If a cat gets on the computer, Paw Sense makes a sound that annoys cats. This teaches your cat that getting on a keyboard is bad, even if humans aren't watching.
No.
Do you want to hear the noises
Yes, please.
that your computer will make if it senses that a cat is walking across a keyboard? So there's 2. This one's called Hissy Fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the cat walks across a keyboard,
I like it.
Or if you want to give your cat a heart attack.
I need one that sounds like the water bottle squirting because that's what the cats get when they're in my house.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the next thing they need to come up with for you to be able to upload like your own MP3s.
Yeah, and just
right?
need the
Annoying
sound of me
noises?
squeezing the trigger once on the water bottle. That's all I need.
Paw Sense also includes a screensaver mode, which features extra sensitive cat detection, protection, and sonic training, and a one-click escape button. So you'll get a pop-up, right?
Yeah.
If your cat's walking across the keyboard, it makes this noise. You get a pop-up that says cat-like typing detected, and then there's a little button underneath that says, let me use the computer. So you, as the user, will hover your mouse, the arrow over that button, press
See
it.
you later.
And this is only $20.
See you later. My cat does codes on the computer. They will do a combination of characters and do things to the computer where there are now things permanently on my screen that I don't know how to get rid of.
Right. So that's why, and that's part of the reason why this program was invented.
Really?
Because cats will.
They mess with it.
Yeah, and they create these commands.
I have a giant icon in the top left hand of my corner of the computer that I cannot get away, and I don't know what the icon is.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Created by the cat.
Created by the cat. Yeah, cat ass, actually. Not even cat paw. It was cat ass that created it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Dylan, what's going on, dude? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Dylan texted Roz. He's got a question for you. Go ahead, man.
From me.
I do have a question for you. It's a very odd one. when you guys do your news at the 48-minute marks, do you scream, "Let's do the news" every time, or is it pre-recorded?
Oh my God!
Wait, before you answer, Roz, before you give your answer,
Yeah.
Dylan, what do you think?
I would like to say it's done live every time. I feel like it's a cool little thing to have the energy for, but maybe not.
So you think that it's pre-recorded, or like he says it live once and then we just repeat it?
No, I'd say I'd like it to be live, so I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
Oh no!
Now, are you asking this because you don't think that Roz has the energy to sustain saying "Let's do the news" 3 times?
No,
a day?
I'm actually asking it because it sounds the exact same every time. So I'm wondering if he's just that persist or that like good and repeatable with it or not.
Okay, this is like such a conspiracy on this show. It is wild, and no matter no matter how many times we dispel or shoot down, spike these rumors, they always come back. They always come back. We made a video of like we rolled on every single time I say "Let's do the news" for weeks, and made a video montage of it and posted that just to prove that I do say it live every single time.
And people still don't believe it.
And people still don't believe it.
One of them deep fake videos.
I know, because I'll tell you what my problem is too. We made that video, and then after it was released, I was like, oh my God, I gotta fix some things in my life, because literally I wore the same jacket for about 2 months straight. And so it looks like it was recorded all on the same day.
Oh no.
But it wasn't. But no, it is. I 100% say, "Let's do the news" 3 times every show. Now, that's said,
awesome.
I do go home though, and if Catherine's like, my God, like, why are you so exhausted? I will say, I had to yell "Let's do the news" 3 times today.
I'm sure that's really what took out all the energy. Yes.
Yeah, like it kills me, man. Like it's such a sacrifice. You don't even understand.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Dylan, since we have you on the phone, should we give Roz a break today? Do you want to introduce the news?
Oh God, sure, yeah.
Oh man,
what? What? You don't have the energy for it?
Believe me,
I just don't know if I can meet up to the caliber that is.
If I've already done it today, you can do it today, man.
Okay, sure.
Okay. You know how the whole thing goes?
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime you're ready.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do the news.
Okay, hold on, bro. This is like
I screwed that one up. I screwed that one up big time.
This is like when somebody tries to tell you a knock joke, but they make you start, and then you have no idea what to do. Okay, go one more time.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
No,
Okay,
you're missing a step in there.
Yeah. Okay, no, not
that word.
Not that word.
You say, "Hey, Mocha," I answer, and then you say, "You ready?" And then I answer, and then you say, "Let's do the news."
Right. See, this is why Roz does it all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
Hey!
This guy's so disappointed in himself.
What, you need a nap now?
No, but I definitely I'll leave that job back up to Roz.
All right, brother. And also, anytime anybody would like to call in and help us intro the news, just shoot us a text 925-555. We will be happy to have you on.
Thanks, Dylan.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Have a good one, guys.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Adam Sandler is reacting to, did you see the video on TikTok where the hostess at an IHOP didn't recognize Adam Sandler when he came in with his kid and told him that there's going to be a 30-minute wait, and then Adam Sandler left, but they had the security camera footage of the woman saying that it's going to be a long wait, and then Adam Sandler just sort of turns around and leaves, and she's like, oh my God, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah, but it's an IHOP.
It's IHOP. I know.
It's not some bougie-ass restaurant.
I know.
No offense to IHOP.
I know.
Pancakes are delicious. But
I know.
Like, I could wait 30 minutes.
Yes. So Adam Sandler tweeted, for the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me that the all-you-can-eat deal did not apply to milkshakes.
Oh. Okay.
So there's that. But yeah, no, you're right. You can't do that at IHOP. Like, you could go to a Nobu and be Adam Sandler and show up, and they're gonna, bump 5 other people to give you a table. But I'm glad she didn't do that, because IHOP is where people bring their kids. Like, IHOP is like,
and for some families, it's a treat.
Yes,
right. You go to IHOP, family Sunday breakfast. Like, you look forward to that all week.
Yeah, you can't bump somebody and put a famous person at IHOP.
He was with a kid. He wasn't mad. Like he didn't.
I never said he was mad.
No, I'm just saying he wasn't. He just walked away.
No,
Like,
no, but
they
the hostess was pissed that she didn't recognize him.
Yeah. Oh,
She
for
was
sure.
mad at herself
Well, he was
because she
wearing,
didn't
like, a
recognize him.
mask.
I know, but you notice him on the security camera. Clearly on the security camera, you're like, that's Adam Sandler, 100%.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billie Eilish, more from her British Vogue interview and cover and all sorts of other stuff. They do a video series called Ask a Legend, and Billie Eilish is a Gen Z icon. She is already a legend. And then they get other famous people to write in or send in video questions for the person they're interviewing. So she got a whole
sick.
bunch of them. So this is Justin Bieber.
All right, so Billy. What? I'm gonna have to ask you a really, 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 really serious question. Would you rather fresh socks or fresh sheets?
Fresh socks.
It really depends the situation. I really don't want to sleep in dirty sheets, and I really don't want to put on dirty socks, you know? I feel like fresh sheets. But also, I can't wear dirty socks. So maybe fresh socks. But I love sheets, so either one.
No, I would rather fresh sheets over.
Fresh sheets over fresh socks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would rather that.
Really, huh?
Mhm. You don't really wear socks, so.
I don't, but there's every now and then. Do you remember when you were a kid when you were filthy?
Oh, yeah.
Right? When we used to be feral? Remember one day you'd walk out and you'd get a soaker and then that sock would get all wet and hard when you left it on the floor, and the next day you'd just put that thing on and break through the crust like it was nothing?
And it also stank.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go with
We
fresh
all
socks.
did that, right? We all did that.
I'm going to go with fresh socks then.
Yeah.
Nah, but I love fresh sheets.
Like I can jump into a bed that's got a week old sheets on it, no problem,
Actually,
and have
you
a
know
great
what?
night.
Yeah,
Putting
you're
on a
right.
fresh sock when you put it in your foot and you realize, oh man, it hurts.
Yeah,
Like sometimes a dirty sock can hurt your foot.
Back in my single days,
Yeah,
I would go like 6 months without washing my bed sheets.
good for you.
So I'm going to
for you.
say,
Yeah.
I'm going to say fresh socks.
Yeah.
I'm changing my answer.
Yeah.
Fresh socks it is.
Do you ever try and bring that out when you're arguing with Jenna about doing stuff? Do you ever go, when I was single, I could sleep for 6 months on the same sheets?
No, this is actually the first time I've publicly admitted it.
Yeah,
So.
you can't say that to the person you live with. They'll look at you different forever.
Oh, yeah. So nobody tell Jenna if she's not listening.
No, you can't do that.
Please don't. Just don't mention it to her. Don't text, don't DM, nothing like that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elon Musk has arrived in New York City ahead of Saturday's big night, hosting SNL.
Did he show up in the Cybertruck?
No, I don't believe he did show up in the
man.
Cybertruck. A lot of people upset that he was hosting SNL. There was a couple of cast members that tweeted and deleted things that they weren't happy, and there was a lot. Twitter was very unhappy that Elon Musk was hosting SNL.
Well, man, is it getting the press?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? So here's Elon getting swarmed by paparazzi.
So excited for an SNL appearance. How do you feel about it?
Good. What do you guys think I should do?
What are your thoughts?
Those
Are you coming with your ideas?
Can you switch right here, sir? I mean, I'm gonna. What do I get? Entertaining and funny for SNL. So I'm asking. What do you guys think?
I was thinking you do something like Shark Tank. What do you think if you do something like Shark Tank and you become the shark? You know?
What about Baby Shark Tank?
I would think that'd be good.
Please right here, sir.
Do you have any good
Baby Shark.
impressions? Do you have any good impressions? Are you good at any impressions?
Oh my God!
What a mess. Michael Che, however, feels very differently about Elon Musk hosting SNL. Here's what Michael Che had to say.
I don't know. I don't know. I think white people just don't like their billionaires for some reason. It's weird because we love our billionaires. I mean, if Oprah or Tyler Perry was coming, we'd be all excited about it. But for whatever reason, I don't know. I think it's a little embarrassing when they realize how much wealth they actually have. But I it's the richest man in the world. I mean, of course I want to meet him. He's a polarizing guy, man. It's, when you have that much, but I think that's what makes the show exciting, honestly. It's like, where else? He's been on other shows before. I don't know why SNL specifically. I think it's a good thing. I think it means people still care about the show in some way, at least, because they wouldn't know if they didn't care, So I think people still kind of take ownership of even who's booked on the show.
And Pete Davidson on with Seth Meyers last night talking about whether he's met Elon yet or not.
Elon Musk this week. I'm guessing by the day you haven't met him yet, or you have?
I haven't met him yet. I'm having dinner with him tonight.
Oh, that's exciting.
And Lauren, so I will meet him. I'm really excited, man. I hope I'm going to ask him for like a Tesla or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Be like, hey, his Mother's Day's coming up. My mom would, it would be cool if, you can get
Now, if he gave it to you, would you then feel obligated to give it to your mom?
Well,
Since you very much implied by that
I would
that it would be a gift.
disguise it as a gift for my mom, so he gives it, and then as soon as she drives it once or twice, I would be like, I would take it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
2 questions. Would you go to space if he asked you?
100%.
Would you get stoned with him if he asked you?
100,000%. That guy's a G. I don't know why people are freaking out. They're like, oh, I can't believe that Elon Musk is hosting. And I'm like, the guy that makes the Earth better, and he makes like cool things and sends people to Mars.
So you can see the tide slowly starting to turn from the initial reaction. Now, whether Lorne Michaels sent Michael Che and Pete Davidson out to be a sort of counter voice because those two guys just don't care.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I think a lot of people are going to watch. And normally with SNL is really designed now to be consumed the following day because SNL hasn't had 100 show in a very long time where top to bottom the show was just dynamite. And whatever was the good from the night before sort of floats to the top on social media Sunday morning. And that's really how people consume SNL.
I can't tell you the last time I
Sunday
watched
morning on your phone.
SNL
right?
Live. I only watch it on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because I record them all.
Yeah, but I think
watch them on Sundays.
if there's a week to watch, this week will be that week.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the Oscars producer, Steven Soderbergh, revealed why they decided to put the Best Actor category as the last one of the night. The assumption was they had assumed that Chadwick Boseman would win.
Yeah.
His wife would go up and do something incredible, and that would just sort of be this wonderful end to the night. What actually happened was, we know, Anthony Hopkins won. He wasn't there, and Joaquin Phoenix, the most awkward person in that entire industry, was left to stand there and close out the show.
Yeah.
We
accept.
Yeah, thanks.
Good night.
Thanks. So he said this. That was something we were going to do well before the nominations came out, meaning Best Actor last. He said, we talked about that in January. It's our belief that I think it's not unfounded that actors' speeches tend to be more dramatic than producer speeches.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Best Picture wins, it's the producers that go up and thank everybody, right?
Sure.
They do the speech. So, but were they banking, this is the question, were they banking on the fact that Chadwick Boseman would win that final award? And he goes on to say this. I said that if there was even a sliver of a chance that he would win and that his widow would speak, then we were operating under the fact that that was the end of the show. He goes on to say, so it wasn't like we assumed it would, but if there was even a remote possibility that it would happen, then you would have to count on that. That would have been such a shattering moment that to come back from that with anything would have just been impossible.
Okay.
So were they banking on it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
were banking on that.
That was a big plan.
Yeah. So that is Steven Soderbergh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a new 6G chip on their way that is being developed. 6G.
What?
6G.
Bro, I haven't even got 5G on my
I know.
phone yet.
So
I'm still waiting.
a new microchip. 6G. It's like basically 6G and beyond. The next generation of chip can transmit data more than 30 times faster than the most advanced 5G internet, is what they're saying.
So 5G,
Yes.
that not everybody has just yet,
Correct.
is already obsolete?
It will be very soon. They believe its connection is so fast that it can download a Netflix film in high res in the blink of an eye. So that's 1,000 gig per second.
Oh, literally a blink of an eye.
Yes, literally a blink of an eye.
So I go like this.
Download.
And it's there on
and
my
it's
phone.
there on your phone.
Get out of here. I don't believe it.
Lead author from Osaka University explained that their device with the 6G chip is more than 30 times faster than the fastest 4G, LTE, and 5G combined.
Wow, in your face, everybody.
Right?
In that time that we were just talking about this story,
Yes.
essentially, based on the information that we have on 6G,
Yes.
I could have downloaded like 30 movies on my phone from Netflix.
Right. Yes.
Blink of an eye.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was just reading the story about Jared Leto in New York house hunting. And he was looking at an $8.5 million condo or something like that. But this condo was also available in previous years, and other stars have stayed there because it rents for $30,000 a month.
Wow.
And so he just finished up shooting the Gucci movie with Gaga and
Adam
Javier
Driver.
Bardem. Oh, and Adam Driver. Sorry,
Yeah.
Gaga and Adam Driver. So now he's in New York looking for a place to stay because his next project is going to be the Andy Warhol biopic.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So
Okay.
what are your thoughts on Jared Leto as Andy Warhol?
I would have to see what he looks like in the silver wig, but I wouldn't say no to that. I'd love to see how. No, it's not the first Andy Warhol movie.
No.
David Bowie once played Andy Warhol, which
Yes.
is really good. So I think this will be great.
But is he too much of something though? Is Jared Leto like? Is he too pretty?
No, he
is he
actually,
too...
as a person, not as an actor, as a person,
yes,
he reflects a lot of Andy Warhol in the way he talks very calmly and stuff. So
Right.
I think he channels Warhol very well.
Right, interesting.
I don't know what Andy Warhol looks like.
I have no. Why? Excuse me.
All of my knowledge of Andy Warhol
Yeah.
comes from
We still can't be friends.
the biggest fan, Dan
Right.
Mori. So
Yes.
all of my knowledge comes from there.
You don't know what Andy Warhol looks like?
No.
Interesting.
Seriously?
Swear.
Yeah.
The guy with the,
I
the
assume
white
now
wig.
Jared Leto. That's why he got the part.
You put like a white silvery wig on,
Uh-huh.
right? Because Warhol always wore a really bad wig.
But does Jared Leto have like the facial, like his features,
No.
or will he have to
No.
have like prosthetics? Are we not going to
He's gonna
recognize?
Warhol.
Jared
Andy
Leto
Warhol
in
was
this movie?
very pale and had a skin
But
condition.
He has no idea what you're talking about, Maury. You've literally just
You just-
described Andy Warhol and Betty White.
and yourself. Very pale. So Andy.
Andy Warhol.
How do you spell like Warhall?
No,
H-O-L.
Warhol.
You never seen Andy Warhol, huh?
You
Different
got to look
lives,
Andy
I
Warhol
guess.
1980s.
Different lives. Do you even know
Yo,
what you're
this
looking
guy
for?
not- Okay, question.
You know the
Yeah.
soup
Did
cans
hair
that he
product
did?
exist like in his
Yeah, but
life?
that's a wig.
That's a wig.
That's a wig?
Yeah.
He had like over 200 wigs.
What a terrible wig.
You know, when he got the wig, he cut it and dyed it. Like he made it look bad.
But all these pictures of Andy Warhol that are on Google,
Yeah.
they're all black and white.
Well, yeah, that was.
How old is this guy?
He's not alive.
Oh, no.
No, he was shot and killed.
No, no.
Oh,
no,
how
that's not
terrible.
true.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he died of a gallbladder thing in 1987.
Wasn't he shot?
But he survived that.
Oh, he survived that. Gallbladders. What do? Kill you. Nobody knows. Other than that, nobody knows what the gallbladder does other than kills you.
All right, so Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jared Leto. Looks just like him.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the story was that Mariah Carey faked her first COVID-19 vaccine. That was what took off after the first video was released when Mariah got her first shot. And this is the one where she was like, she hit that note, she was singing, everything else.
Yeah. All right, bro. There you go.
So remind me
Okay.
again, how did people think that she faked it?
So here's the thing is that, and there's a ton of these videos on social media, which are the needle goes in the arm.
Yeah.
And you see these on a lot of the drive-by COVID clinics in the States. Needle goes in the arm, needle comes out of the arm, and there's no needle attached to it. So
What?
the person has a needle.
Yeah.
They put the needle in the arm.
Yeah.
They give you the shot. The needle comes away from the arm, and there's no needle on the end of it.
Where's the needle?
So this is what happened in the Mariah video and why people were saying that she faked it.
Yeah.
So if you listen to the entire video, and it's just Mariah talking all over everybody, what those needles are is that it is retractable. And so, and I didn't even know these things existed.
Okay.
So you put the needle in the arm, They inject the shot, then they hit a button on the end, and the needle goes back inside the tube. And it's to protect healthcare workers in other situations from actually accidentally sticking themselves with a needle that has been inside somebody else's arm.
Smart.
Okay, they exist and they're used everywhere, but we don't know that because why would we know that? How
Sure.
often are you in the place getting injected,
Yeah.
right? Doesn't happen. So that's why everybody thought that she faked it. And that's why everybody
Okay.
thought that a lot of these shots were fake. This is where a lot of the conspiracies come from of like, what are they actually doing with these fake needles? And all these people are getting fake shots put in their arm and all of this stuff.
That's where the microchips exist.
Thank you, G6. So Mariah got her second shot this week.
Okay.
And was trying to lay to rest all the accusations that she had faked her first shot.
I'm a little nervous again, but it's gonna be what it is. So do we have a retractable needle today? What's the medical?
Not today. We're doing a regular needle because a lot of people thought.
But we don't care what they think. By the way, people were like, oh, it's the fake needle. Who's gonna, can you show the light? Would I ever go into this lighting for no reason? No.
Yes.
It's less painful that way.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what's that? We're done. See, and we got through this with no, Part two. Hoping for the best.
There it is.
So her excuse was, do you think that I would go into a room with this terrible of lighting in order to fake something?
Yeah, of
like if I was
course.
going to fake something, it would be beautiful lighting.
Classic Mariah.
I love it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The question was, is Tom Bergeron the host of The Bachelor, the new host of The Bachelor? Tom Bergeron was
Dancing
let
with the
go.
Stars?
Dancing with the Stars.
But he's no longer there.
He's no longer there. So he was out of work, and then he was teasing on his social media that he had a big announcement to make, and then people just sort of, I guess, started putting two and two together that he was going to be the host of The Bachelor. But that is not happening. And Tom said so much to Extra yesterday. And what he's actually going to be hosting is, I believe, a syndicated game show type thing. I don't know really what it is. But he was turfed from, it's his birthday today, actually, too. He's 66
happy
today.
birthday, Tom.
He was turfed from Dancing with the Stars. And before that, he did America's Funniest Home Videos.
I think he's one of my favorite hosts of
Right.
that show.
Do you remember when he was when he left America's Funniest Home Videos, and then we were talking about my love for America's Funniest Home Videos, and I said that if I ever had the chance to host America's Funniest Home Videos, that I would leave you and my family and everything else
Right,
to go,
selfish.
to go and do it. And then America's Funniest Home Videos reached out to me.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They did?
Yeah. So there was a guy in Toronto years ago.
Yeah?
Years ago. We talked to him on the show. There was a guy in Toronto that was friends with Vic DeBona from Vic DeBona Productions that does AFV. And he's good friends with him. And he heard us talking about it. And I wound up sitting on the phone for almost an hour with Vic DeBona.
You were going to leave us and your family?
we can bleep that part out.
No, we can't. Bleep button's broken right now.
Come on. And then I wound up doing a tape for them.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Roz.
I wound up doing a tape for America's Funniest Home Videos.
Dare you?
And they wanted.
Does your family know that you did
that? Yeah, Catherine knows. Yeah.
And she was ready.
No, but the incredible thing about America's Funniest Home Videos is it's like they shoot the entire season over 4 Saturdays.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Right, like it's a piece of cake. But I did a full script for them. Like I got hit in the nuts with a ball during my.
Oh my God, dude,
like I
that's
did the whole thing. And
is that when they gave it to Carlton?
Yes.
Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yeah, Alfonso Ribeiro. Yeah, it was right before that. So whenever that was, I don't know,
Oh, no.
6, 7, 8 years ago or whatever it was. So I did a full thing and then sat on the phone. I sent them the tape and then they called me back and we had a big conversation about it. And they were really cool. I mean, I was never going to get it, but I think that they were more just blown away that I was a fan and somebody who said that I was willing to leave my life for America's Funniest Home Videos. So they had to at least see what I had to offer.
So did you really get hit in the nuts with the ball?
Yeah, but we had to shoot it over and over and over again. And
So
I had
who threw the ball?
a guy guy I was working with, a guy I hired to help me shoot the video.
Like, did it hurt?
It hurt. After a while, it hurt because you
Like how many takes
Well,
was it, you
because
think?
you get like 6 to the thigh, right?
Yeah.
And then that starts to hurt after a while. And then when you finally get one in the nuts, you realize, what pain actually is.
How many times do you think Alfonso Ribeiro got hit?
Oh,
For his
God.
audition.
Well, you don't hit Alfonso Ribeiro in the nuts. he got the rubber bat to the face, I'm sure, but you don't hurt those nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the story goes that the Bill and Melinda Gates divorce has actually been in the works for months, and they, according to TMZ, they were supposed to announce this back in March. One of their sources says that Melinda Gates rented an entire island in Grenada.
What?
For the price of, it's like a resort island.
Yeah.
That costs $132,000 a night. The plan is for Melinda and the kids, as well as their significant others, to come to the island. Everyone was going to be there except for Bill. TMZ says that everyone in the family already knew Bill and Melinda were getting divorced. There was a considerable amount of acrimony associated with the split, and we are told virtually everyone in the family took Melinda's side. So that's what they're reporting. On the day that the divorce was filed, TMZ also says that Bill Gates transferred, I think it was $1.8 billion in stock into Melinda's account. Now, that said, who's up next?
What do you mean,
Now
who's up
that
next?
Now that Bill Gates is a single man. So odds makers have posted...
Like he's going to be on the prowl now?
Why not?
Change
Odds
that status to single?
odds makers. So crazy. Odds makers have Ann Winblad as the favorite. This was Bill Gates' old girlfriend that he reportedly would go on weekend trips with every year because of some arrangement. Venture capitalist, this kind of thing. He's known her forever. Yeah. She's at 3-1 odds to be the next girlfriend. Jennifer Aniston is 33-1.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you, these are the odds. They put this together. Terry Hatcher is also 33-1. Angelina Jolie, Drew Barrymore, Jane Fonda, and Kim Kardashian are all 50-1.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Bookies will pay. They'll give you 66-1 odds if his next girlfriend is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Get out of here.
Or Hillary Clinton. Now, if you really want to make some money, okay, the long shot bet.
Okay.
The long shot bet. This pays out 1,000-1. So if you bet $1 and this comes through, you get $1,000 back for every $1 you spend.
If he gets with
newly single.
Yeah.
Newly single.
You already said Kim.
Already said Kim.
Newly single.
Newly single.
Like how new? Like within the past
the past month.
Month.
Yeah.
Newly single. I don't know. Who?
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, shut up. Stop it.
Yeah.
Come on.
73, single, widow.
What
She has all her own money. She doesn't need his money.
She got them jewels and stuff.
It's 1,000-1 odds. So for every dollar you spend, if he hooks up with the Queen, you'll get $1,000 payout, which is great money if you ask me.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Hello, Juliet. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thanks.
All right. Well, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yep.
Your name looked very familiar. Have you you ask a lot of questions on Instagram, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Have we ever had you on the podcast before?
Yes, you have.
Oh, okay. That's why it looks so familiar. All right. So
welcome back.
What is your question for the room?
Well, I was wondering, what did your bedroom look like when you were 13?
Huh.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Juliet, let's start with you. What did your bedroom look like at 13 years old?
Oh, Lord. I was trying to remember myself.
Oh, you don't even remember?
I was trying to remember, and I'm trying to go back. I remember what it looked like when I was 16. I was trying to go back to like when I was 13. That's when I first moved to the suburbs.
Yeah.
So I remember there was like a set of Britannica encyclopedias in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Hot.
And I had one of those desks.
I bet you never read any of them.
No.
Yeah.
Only for research purposes, for my projects and stuff like that.
Okay.
Sure.
And I had one of those desks that had the globe, the map of the world on it.
Yeah, which you probably never looked at.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
And my dresser drawer had a bright orange kind of like crocheted thing out over it, covering the top of it.
So it's easier for me to think, what grade are you in when you're 13?
Like grade 8 or grade 9?
Grade 8?
Yeah,
grade 8.
grade
Okay,
9.
it's easier for me to think of like what did my room look like in grade 8 than it was what did my room look like when I was 13. It's just easier for me to sort of do the math because I remember what house we were living in at that point. Maury, what did your room look like?
I'm picturing it right now. So I remember above the bed, I had an actual outdoor flagpole, like from a wall. Because every night, like I was obsessed with, because I was an air cadet.
Okay.
And every night I would lower the flag with the rope.
Right.
And fold it properly and then raise it in the morning before school.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And then I remember behind the door there was a Scarface poster. Never saw the movie, but my dad wanted people to think I was straight.
Right.
So he put up like
I was just going to say, you have so many
masculine-
stories from your childhood where it was like things that were designed to ensure heterosexual intentions, right?
And on the floor was
Yes.
a tool case.
Okay, like for tools.
For tools, but I put my like movie stub collection and
Like a toolbox?
Toolbox. Like my
Yeah,
dad's
okay.
toolbox. He brought it home from work going, you should
Yeah.
put this in your room.
Yeah.
And so, but in there I had like my coin collection,
Because
my movie
surrounding you with metal was a way to like make sure that you like you became straight, right?
Yeah. I still have the tool case and the movie stub collection.
And what's in the toolbox?
Everything from when I was 13.
Oh wow. So Maury had a flagpole, a Scarface poster, and a toolbox full of mementos in his room. What was your room like, Mocha?
So my bedroom, when I was 13, so I turned 13 when I was still in grade 8, but then obviously when I went to grade 9, I was still 13 until I turned 14.
Yeah.
So my room looked different from when I was in grade 8 to when I was in grade 9. There was a little bit of a transformation. So when I was in grade 8, I didn't have any posters on the wall. I had one desk. You walk into my room, and then on the right-hand side, there is a desk. In the middle is obviously the bed. To the left of the bed is my dresser. Oh, and my bed had like a headboard that had like a little insert in it, and I had kept my radio there.
Okay.
My stereo there. And then in grade 9, painted all the walls white, and then on top of the walls, my dad was so pissed. I put posters everywhere from all like my hip hop magazines. I remember I got this poster of this giant Black Panther that I had right in the middle of the wall, like centered with my bed.
Yes.
And that's all I could remember right now. But it was just like posters on the wall and like your regular bed, dresser, desk for
I also
doing
had
schoolwork.
a poster of Alyssa Milano.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Just in case. Just in case.
Okay, so going back to let's say grade 8, Ross.
Sure,
for
yeah.
you.
I think that that was the room in the house that I was playing a lot of guitar at the time. My room wasn't that big. So I convinced my parents to get rid of my bed. And
What?
yeah, because I needed a place to play guitar. So I convinced them to get rid of my bed and get me a pull-out couch.
Oh my
Right?
God. Yeah.
So I had like my own living room, and also having girls over into the room was easier to just like sit, hang out, and make out if you had a couch as opposed to the bed. The getting on the bed was a big deal.
Yeah.
But if you walked into somebody's room and they had a couch, you just sit and hang
Did
out.
you push a
right?
button and it turned into a bed?
No. This
He's not
was
Austin
like
Powers.
Jesus. I'm not Matt Lauer. So I had a pull-out couch, and I think I just had like rock and roll posters. But growing up, I remember this clearly because this was the first cool room that I got. Like growing up, my mother treated my brother and I like we were twin brothers, right? Like growing up, we had the same pajamas.
Yeah.
We had the same, like we would get the same sort of toys. We would get the same everything. But only my brother would always get like the cool blue.
Yeah.
And my aesthetic for my whole life was I would get the same thing only in brown, right? or beige, right?
What's the age gap between you guys?
3
again?
years.
3 years. Okay, so my sisters are also 3 years apart, and when they were
Yes.
younger, my mom would do the same thing, where
Yes.
she would buy like the same outfits, just different colors.
You can go through our Christmas morning pictures. It's my brother and I sitting in the same pajamas. His are blue, mine are brown, right? Okay, and it was the same thing with our rooms. So my brother, and I don't know why we both couldn't have blue, right?
Yeah.
But my brother's room always had like cool blue curtains, and like the bedspread was blue, and like all this stuff. And then you would go into mine, and everything in my room looked the exact same as his. The same patterns on everything, but only mine were brown and beige, right? So my walls were beige, like everything. Everything. This is why. This is why to this day I can't have anything beige in the house, right?
Traumatic.
It's traumatic to me. And then so this was in grade 8. Was the first year where I wanted a purple room, right?
Yeah.
So I told my mother, I was like, listen, I want to have this purple room. It's like cool. It's rock and roll. It's like creative. I picked the paint color and everything else. And I'm like, this is where I want to just sit and play guitar and just be rock and roll. Like, let me just do this. I will repaint everything, okay, when it's time to move or whatever. Because Dad's at that time was like, if anything was a lighter shade than baby blue, you would never be able to paint over it. The house was ruined at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I said, listen, give me the purple room. And I will take care of everything if we ever move, because we moved a lot. I'm like, I'll repaint everything. I'll be in charge of the whole deal.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, cool. And then I walked in after painting day, and instead of the purple room, what I now had was purple curtains. My room was white.
Oh, no.
With just one 5-inch strip purple stripe that went all the way around the middle of all the walls.
Oh, no.
And they were like, there's your purple. Right? They cut the room in half and just put a giant purple stripe around my whole room.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I remember grade 8 was when I first got when I got the purple room, and I had the pull-out couch. And that was the first time I got to sleep in a room that wasn't beige. Also, the pull-out couch they got me was green.
Oh, gross.
Right? and I had to be happy about all of it, because all I ever did was complain about beige.
Yeah.
Right? And so now I couldn't complain that my couch was green, but the stripe in my room was purple.
So here's
I couldn't
a question,
complain
though.
about anything.
When
Yes.
you brought the ladies over, what'd they think?
Oh, they loved it. Are you kidding me? It was incredible.
Yeah,
it was incredible. My brother's room at that point was black and orange. It looked like Halloween. It's the weirdest thing in the world. But my dad wouldn't let him paint the room black and orange.
Wow.
So when my brother came home after painting day, the only thing that was black and orange were every other closet door that he had.
Oh,
so his room was all white, but his closet looked like Halloween. Like, it was weird. It was
like a
weird.
funhouse.
Yeah, it was weird. Like my parents were cool, but like to a certain extent.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us have really cool
No, it
things
was always
like that.
it was all posters. My walls were
I had a
covered
lot
in
of posters,
stuff.
yeah.
Covered posters, and I had, because I used to collect records when I was a kid, or that's when I started collecting records. I would take the album covers, and I would use thumbtacks and created a border along the top of the wall, of all the walls.
Yeah.
So it went all the way around my room.
Did you ever have a stuffed animal that you held on to a little bit too long that you had to hide when a lady came over or a dude came over, Maury?
I still have stuffed animals.
But like
Granny gave them back to me.
But like sentimental stuffed animals?
Yeah.
Where do you keep them?
Well, the one that's a lion is on top of like the bookshelf or whatever, because Granny said that's where it has to go, so it's looking down on me.
Oh, jeez, rules.
But you don't keep them like on your
But they're not on your
bed, like
bed.
in your
You
room
don't
or
cuddle
anything,
them.
right?
Oh no.
No.
Like on the
Matthew said-
nightstand?
No, but there's one on the nightstand. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I knew it.
I'll tell you, Roxy has a couple still. Like every now and then, one of her bunnies will wind up on the couch upstairs, and it'll sit there for a week before one of us finally brings it down at bedtime. It is the greatest thing in the world. I will lie on the couch and I grab it and I just I put it right up against my face under my
Yeah.
chin with his ears flopped across my nose and stuff. It's super comfortable.
When did she? I guess she still uses, or she still
Yeah,
carries it around
she'll
every now
grab
and
one
then?
every now and then when she goes to bed. Sure, yeah. But me, I had a stuffed animal named Herbert. I think he was. He was a dog. He was a one-eyed dog that wore a red hoodie.
Badass.
And yeah, badass. And I had him in my bed for a long time. And every time somebody came over, I would like run into the room and like stuff it under the couch,
Really?
or put it behind the curtains or in the top of the closet. Yeah, I was embarrassed.
I no, I don't think I ever had one.
No?
No,
Never had a
nothing
stuffed
like that.
animal?
Uh-uh.
Really,
I had a
huh?
pound puppy.
Did you? You know, I wanted pound puppies, and then I saw a friend of mine get pound puppies, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a pound puppy guy.
Are you and your brother still 3 years apart?
Are we still 3 years apart? Excuse me.
Sorry, I just got that.
Hey, you're still on the phone.
Juliet, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. Yeah, Ross completely forgot.
Juliet, thank you so much.
She's being so quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyways, love you lots. Keep asking your questions, and hopefully we'll talk to you again. Hopefully we'll have you on the show another time, okay?
Yes, definitely.
Ann McPherson Sasu says this.
McPherson Sasu, good name.
A few podcasts ago, Dan Mori was talking about when he buys cabbage, he splits it with his neighbor. His nameless neighbor, because Maury doesn't even know his name. How is that possible? How do you even start a cabbage share with someone, especially someone you don't even know?
So he's in 304.
Yeah.
And I see him every day, him and his girlfriend. No idea what their names are. We do the cabbage
Does
thing.
he know who you are?
He never says my name. I don't think so. And then there's somebody in
But
30...
he doesn't know you're like a Maury from the show or
No,
anything
no,
like
no.
that. Okay.
And then in 309 is the half-deaf guy, and I share dog food with him and his dog.
So
and I don't know his name.
So is this a situation where you did introduce yourselves at one point and then you just forgot the name, or you've never known the name?
Never known the name.
No,
Like
huh?
we just sort of just dived right in.
And then so you you met a stranger and then you decided to share cabbage.
And then yes, cabbage.
But how did that come up? Hey, do you want to share cabbage?
Because how did it come up? So I had the full cabbage.
Yeah.
And we were in the elevator with groceries or whatever, and he saw the thing, and I said, this is way too much. Like, I wish they sold them in halves. And he said, tell you what, I could use half. Why don't you cut it, and I'll take the other half.
Right.
And then the next time I did the same thing, bought it, knocked on his door going, do you want the half again?
So
it
did
just
he
became
say,
the half
if
cabbage.
you give me half your cabbage, I'll give you half of this?
No, there's nothing I want half of from him.
No.
Wait, so does he not give you money for it or anything?
No, not at all.
So he just gets free cabbage every
Yeah,
how many
yeah,
weeks?
Yeah, this isn't a cabbage share. You're giving the man free cabbage.
Yeah, but what are you going to,
It's
it's
a pretty
fine.
good
It's
deal.
neighborly.
Yeah,
like the guy
I
in
guess.
309, I give him free dog food.
Yeah.
Yo, dog food is crazy expensive though.
I know, but I keep buying things to try it out on Andy, and if he doesn't like it, I just give it to his dog.
Oh, wow.
Does his dog eat it or no?
Yeah, right away.
He
Yeah.
does, huh? That's incredible.
And
So
you've never even thought to ask their names?
It's too late now.
Too late.
Oh.
Too past the point.
Do they know who you are?
No.
No.
Oh,
but
no, they don't know.
They know
What about the
Andy's
cabbage guy?
name.
Cabbage
no,
guy doesn't
not
know?
a thing. And Matthew gets mad because they say hi and talk to me, and nobody acknowledges Matthew, and he gets really pissed off.
Really?
So he'll just go into the condo and leave us, and then I'll go in. He's like, they
During
don't
the
even
conversation?
Yeah, and he'll be like, they don't even say hello or acknowledge me. I'm like, well, you don't talk.
Wow, that's so rude. Julia asks, why does Roz hate the term man cave so much?
Oh, God. One, it's disgusting sounding, right? Like it just sounds gross. Like it's not.
Dirty stuff happens down there.
No, it just sounds. It sounds.
Is there another word that you would rather use?
No, why can't we just freaking
like
call
dude
it
hole?
like a
like a what?
A dude hole.
Dude hole. No, because I find it derogatory. I think that it was created by people who were, in a way, sort of backhandedly acknowledging some sort of machismo or macho-ness that isn't acceptable. And, you could no longer have a games room, right? Games rooms sounds fun, right? Even rec room used to sound awesome, right?
Yeah.
But man cave is just, to me, I don't know. It has never sat well with me. It sounds sort of vile. Like I don't like the term. I've never wanted to say man cave. If anybody invited me to their man cave, I wouldn't go. Like it's just an awful term. We already had names for all those cool things that guys used to spend their time in, and then somebody came around and they wanted to sort of goof on it. And to me, that's what man cave is. It seems like a goof on the idea of just hanging out with the dudes,
right?
And it needs to be something. It's
What
just
if somebody invited you to the dude hole?
to the dude.
There's a lot of fun that happens in
Or
the
what
duo.
about the bro nook?
The bro, no, again, all those things.
Bro nook.
Right? Like I don't want to go to your man cave. I don't want to go to your dude hole, and I don't want to spend time with you in the bro nook. Right?
The bro nook seems like that's smaller than the man cave.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little
too
cozy.
Yeah.
A little too cozy.
No. Like in the bro nook, you share a chair.
Yeah, there's no room for
Right?
activities.
No.
there.
No, like there's no dartboard. It's like it's like what do you do in the bro nook?
Yeah.
We high five, right? Like that's all there. That's it. Yeah. You high five, right? And that's all that goes on in the bro nook. No, I don't know. I find it. I find it, and I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't find it offensive, but I always find the term man cave somehow offensive because I think that it's derogatory towards men wanting to spend time with other dudes.
Pogo25 asks, do you prefer straight or curly hair on yourself and or on your partner?
Interesting. Straight hair, definitely.
I'm assuming on the head.
Yes. Yeah. Like, is Matthew's hair straight or curly? I don't
No,
know.
it's straight and long, and it's perfect right now.
Right. And your hair, if you grew it out, is
curly as hell.
Curly.
Is it
yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's upsetting to me. I had the hairdresser straighten it once when it was longer, and it was amazing, but it won't stay that way.
Yeah. Well, because you got to do it every day.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Matthew's is perfect. I'm jealous of Matthew's hair right now.
Why don't you just grow yours out?
Because then it would just become
It can look
afro-y.
cool. It can look cool.
Yeah.
You can do that. There's a lot of people that do that.
You
There's
tried
a
to
lot
grow
of
your hair
people-
once recently,
Yeah, and it
didn't
curls, but it
I know,
curls
but you
here,
made the
not
mistake.
here,
You started
and-
cutting the sides and everything,
Yeah,
and you
it started
started
to look
doing this
weird.
weird thing with it.
Why don't you just like let it grow for like a month? Don't touch it. Or
This is
2
a
months.
month.
Oh, that's a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let it grow for 6 months.
And then see what
without touching
happens.
it.
I can try.
Yeah. You just stop cutting. I just stopped cutting mine. I got sick of it. I'm like, I'm not cutting my hair anymore.
But then underneath, I start getting oil blisters.
Ew.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
That yeah.
Yeah. You know where we take care of those? In the man nook.
In the bro nook.
In the bro nook. Yeah. That's where we take things like oil blisters. Yeah.
I don't even want to know.
We'll fix you right up.
I don't have a preference really. I mean, Jenna
hair?
has.
Is your
straight
natural?
hair.
Your hair's straight though, right?
Yeah,
your
mine's
natural.
straight.
Yeah, your natural hair.
I've never dated a guy with curly hair.
No.
I've
I've dated a couple women with curly hair. My natural state of my hair is it's very coarse and wiry. It's like pubic hair.
Really?
It's unruly.
Is it because of the like you put so much product in there? And you don't really wash.
No. The reason I have to put so much product in there is because of that. Like if on those days where I do like fully wash my hair and everything else, if I just left it to air dry, it's just like it's out to here. It's like wispy and
Really?
like curls half this way and this way, and it's like the consistency of it. Like it never lays flat. Like it's not good. I don't have good hair.
My hair when I shampoo it.
Yeah.
And I dry it, it gets like super fluffy.
Yeah.
Like
It's not good.
very, very
Yeah.
fluffy.
It's like a cat, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It gets really
No,
fluffy.
it's not
I like
good.
really long straight hair because like when you're on the bed or whatever, and there's a guy over you, I love when their long hair kind of.
When has that ever happened? When has that ever happened?
It's a
that wasn't on
fantasy.
VR.
It was a fantasy. It's a fantasy.
You know what I mean? Where you weren't lying back with your phone in front of your face.
Yeah.
When does that ever happen? That's never happened, right?
No, but it's a fantasy to have like somebody's hair flop into my face.
You've never had that though.
No.
I'll tell you what, it's not that fun.
To have hair flop in your face?
No, you get it in your mouth and it
Yeah.
tickles your nose and like.
You risk getting a
No,
strand
but
in
if
your
they're
eye.
the same height, it would fall sort of onto your forehead.
No, but hair. What do you think? They're only growing out their bangs? Like,
you know how weird that would look? If somebody had short hair everywhere.
That's what I
just
had.
One, just
I had
one
that.
long. No, but long enough to
I had
touch somebody.
No, I had when I was 19, my whole head was shaved except for bangs that grew down that I flopped over my whole head.
Yeah. see
And it
that-
curled up the back.
What?
Like a water slide? That's super weird.
And I
man.
dyed it blonde.
Okay, Logan says here, on a quest for the perfect sauces. What sauces for food, like pizza, wings, ribs, and eggs, are you into? I'm into the Takara sauce for eggs, Hickory liquid smoke for ribs, and Frank's Red Hot thick sauce for pizza and wings.
I just saw that Frank's thick.
That's my dad's nickname.
Thick Frank? Yeah, I just saw that in the grocery store. It's thick like it's like
I've never
ketchup.
seen those.
It's like ketchup. You squeeze it out. It's like a thick hot sauce.
Is it really?
Yeah, Frank's thick.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to get
Much
that for
like,
Father's Day.
Yeah,
much
no
like,
joke.
What do you call it?
It's like sriracha thick.
That's what
yeah,
it is.
That's what it is. But it's what was that first sauce that he said?
He said, taquera. Taquera. We have that at home.
Ura.
I've never really had that on eggs.
For eggs, I like the Benny sauce.
Eggs. I don't. You know what? I don't put sauces on any of my eggs.
You've never had Eggs Benedict?
Oh yeah, I've had eggs Benny.
I love that sauce that you put on
Hollandaise?
eggs. Is that what it is? Hollandaise?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
a big fan.
Okay, so, geez. First of all, liquid smoke, no. Liquid smoke is not smoke. It is like chemical to give the illusion of a smoke flavor. It never tastes right for me. I tried it once on, I think ribs, maybe the same guy that this did, or a brisket, something else that I was doing a long cook with, and I will never use liquid smoke again.
Really?
No.
I don't mind it. I've used it on ribs before. I didn't mind it, and I used it in doing a what do you call it? Like a ground burger. Just make my homemade burger, I put in a little bit of liquid smoke. I don't mind it.
Never tastes right to me.
Never heard of it till now.
Never tastes right. Never for me because do you ever use real smoke? Like soak wood chips, stick them off to the side, like all that stuff, like real hickory. Because you can buy those. It's easy, right?
Funny you should bring that up. We just got one of those, a smoker, like I think Breville makes it.
Yeah.
And it comes with the little chips that you put in the top. You heat it up. And you put it in like
the barbecue.
In the barbecue.
Maybe
or
liquid
wherever,
smoke is for condo people then, because you can't smoke anything in your condo.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. But I would just rather go without than use liquid smoke. On eggs, I will usually gravitate towards some sort of red-based Mexican-y hot sauce, much like this guy with the taquera sauce. But even sometimes Frank's is fine on if I'm doing like an omelet or something like that, or even just sunny side up. I'll do, but always like a red-based, nothing thick, because I like it to mix with the yolk. And then you just dip into the yolk. And then for, what did he say, wings?
Yeah, he said, pizza and wings, he uses the Frank's Red Thick.
Right. There is first of all, I do two sauces with wings. I always do like a blue cheese kind of thing on the side, and then whatever hot sauce is. But I've been really, really into this Caribbean hot sauce lately. Who
makes it, do you know?
Give me a second.
So
it's
while you look that up, my go-tos are always Frank's. I use the Nando's sauce that they sell.
Yeah.
They have a medium and a hot that I love. And then my mom makes this killer like mango pepper sauce that I use literally with everything. I will use it on, like, if we're eating breakfast, I'll use it on sausages.
Right.
I will use it with pizza. I will use it with wings. It's the best.
Okay, so here is the hot sauce that I've been getting.
Okay.
It is by a company called Nerpies.
Nerpy?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
NERPY''S.
Don't you get that if you don't use protection?
Yes.
What is it?
NERPYS. Yes, and I buy it at Metro, so you can get it anywhere. They have two, so they have one, or they have like more than two. They got 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, Nerpies.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I
Jamaican pepper sauce.
Jamaican pepper sauce. I get the brown one, not the red one. There's a yellow one, a red one, and a brown one.
Yeah.
And I get the brown one, and it is. First of all, the level of heat on Nerpies is like real.
Is it this one that's
It's real.
A very, very hot pepper? Is it that one?
Okay, let me just see. I'll tell you in a second. Is it the gold one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that has to be it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the gold very hot pepper sauce. I think that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, my God, it's so good. That's my new favorite hot sauce.
Really?
And I use it on everything.
I will definitely be trying this.
This one right here is the gold very hot pepper sauce by Nerpies. If you can find it, this to me is the best hot sauce on the market
I just can't go into a store and say, hey, do you have Nerpies? Because I feel like if they don't know what I'm talking about, they'll think I'm talking about something else.
I think this is it. I think that this is the one. This is definitely the company. But I don't know. Maybe it's not the gold one. But anyway, this company, whatever they are, their jerk spices, everything else that they do, are incredible. Like they are incredible. They make such good products.
So on their website, under the Who We Are, where it says that they started in 2008, they start like this is like 10 minutes from where I live right now.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
I swear. This is amazing. Yo, I will
Nerpy's your neighbor?
Yeah, Nerpy's my neighbor. I will definitely support Nerpies, and I will definitely be trying some of these bottles of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, those are if you're looking for good hot sauces, this company does it up, man. They're dynamite. They do a really, really good job.
Do you and Matthew use any other sauces at home, Rory? Like you guys into hot sauces?
He buys
or no,
this really strange sauce in a sack.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
It's like organic barbecue sauce.
Okay.
It's not bad, but I honestly prefer like an HP or like a normal barbecue sauce. But he like goes to the fridge and gets his sack out, and it's like $8 for this little sack of sauce. And he like puts it on stuff, and I'm like,
how do you get it out of the sack? Do you suck it?
No, you take the lid off and you squeeze the sack.
How does the sack? What kind of lid is on the sack?
It's like a little
Is it like
twisty
a
thing. It kind of looks like
like a wine skin.
No. Like the sack, it's kind of like one of those juice bags, like like the not a juice box, but like
a Capri Sun,
like a sip sack,
yeah, like that. So, but it's this very expensive organic barbecue sauce that I think is ridiculously overpriced.
And how much is it?
It's like $8.99.
Yeah,
and
how much do you get?
You get
probably not a lot.
Half of what you normally would in a jar of normal sauce.
Right.
And he's so sparing with it because it was $8.99. I'm like, dude, just use normal stuff for the love of God.
Right.
But does he let you use it or no? It's only for him.
No, he will buy. Even he bought organic ketchup, but he buys me the normal stuff. Going here, have your crap. I'm gonna have my ketchup because he doesn't think I'm worthy of the organic stuff because I'll still have hot dogs and popcorn and other stuff. So why waste the expensive organic stuff on me when I'm, filling my body full of crap anyway?
So if you guys have something nice for dinner, he'll allow you to use the organic ketchup.
Then I
it's
can
something
squeeze
nice.
the sack,
But not if you have a hot dog. Like if
I'm having a hot dog, God forbid you put the organic ketchup on there.
So controlled.
And he'll know. He uses a Sharpie and puts a little dot where it is.
No, he doesn't.
There's a lines down the side of the thing.
Wow, it's too bad. You should have grown up in my house with my old man. As soon as that ketchup bottle got to about 1/4 left, in went a half a cup of water, a couple of shakes, back in the fridge. Back in the fridge.
Use it till it's done.
Right? Yep. Back in the fridge it went.
Matthew does that with shampoo.
What? He puts water in there?
Yeah, and shakes it
Dilute
up. And dilutes the shampoo. if there's a little bit.
Sometimes you gotta, right?
Find us on Instagram at Kiss925. Every week we put a picture that reads Ask Roz and Mocha. This is where we get your questions. So feel free to leave a comment, leave your questions, and we'll happily have one of you join us on a future episode. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
See you in the Bro Nook.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.